Hi Year 2, time for topic again, and continuing with our sensational safari topic. And today we're going to be finding out a little bit more about the Maasai tribes people of Kenya. So this session is called Marvellous Maasai. The aim today is to understand what the Maasai culture is like and describe 3 things about the Maasai people and their culture, beginning to understand some similarities and differences between their culture and our own culture. So key words to think about today are Maasai tribe, culture, tradition, jumping dance, and we'll come to that, that's quite good fun, warriors, competitive, and mud huts. Firstly though, we're going to have a go at matching these key words to their definitions. So they're all words that we've come across in our previous sessions. Savannah, migrate, Big 5, that was last week, habitat, national park, game reserve and endangered. You need to have a read of each of those definitions and have a think which one matches up to the key word. So at this point you might want to pause the PowerPoint because I will be clicking and showing the answers. So have a little think for yourself. See if you get it right. So savanna is a grassland with shrubs and trees and not much rain falls on it. Migrate. We'll have a think about the video of the wildebeest. It's to move from one place to another. And of course, lots of tribes people have to do this because they need to find grassland to graze their cattle. And when they have lots of drought, they have to move on, follow the rains. Big 5. Well, that's an easy one. It's a group of animals. The African lion, African elephant, Cape buffalo, African leopard, and the white-black rhinoceros. Habitat, we know, is the natural home of a plant or animal. National park, a protected area of land where only tourism and research is allowed and no humans live there. And of course, a game reserve is slightly different. A protected area of land, but humans can live there and carry out other activities such as fishing, road building, mining, and gathering wood. And finally, endangered, a species of animal or plant that is at risk of becoming extinct because their habitat is being destroyed by hunting or climate change. So the Marvellous Maasai. The most popular reserve in Kenya is the Maasai Mara National Reserve, which can be found in the southwest of the country. So have a look again on a map and familiarise yourself with whereabouts that is in Kenya. It's named in honour of the Maasai tribe who live in the area. The Maasai Mara National Reserve is famous world over for its large amount of wildlife, including all members of the Big 5. The name Mara means spotted, which is what the land looks like from a distance, with trees, clouds and grass. So of course this is a very popular place for tourists to come on safari. The Marvellous Maasai. What is culture? You would have heard that word before, but can you describe some things about your own culture? Well, if you think of culture as something that makes that country or that group of people distinctive from other people or countries, then have a think about what would be British culture. Well, the first thing that I thought about was drinking a cup of tea. That's quite an English thing, isn't it? Have a nice cup of tea. What about watching or playing football? That might be considered part of British culture. Or eating fish and chips or strawberries and cream at Wimbledon. Maybe the royal family or walking the dog. The Beatles, the very famous band from the 60s, and lots of other famous bands have come out of our country. And then I was thinking about dancing that might be considered part of our culture. And some of you might have heard of Morris dancing or seen some Morris dancers at a festival or on the street. If not, you have a Google of that and you watch the Morris dance. We're going to be talking about a traditional dance that the Maasai people do. So let's look at what their culture is like. Who are the Maasai people? Well, they are a tribe that live in the African savannas, so on those big grassy areas. And the Maasai tribe share the same ideas and way of life as each other, and they use the land as their home and all live together. So they live off the land, really. Where do they live? Well, they live in the Maasai Mara, which is a very large savanna and home to many of the great species of wildlife and plants in Africa. And the Maasai people live in mud huts, which are made by the Maasai women. So have a look at that picture, and you can see they've been made from sticks and grass, mud, and even cow dung. I wonder if they're a bit stinky. The Maasai families live with their animals too. They're very careful to protect them from the big predators that roam the savannah. So it must be a full-time job, mustn't it? Keeping watch at night time and daytime to ensure that your cattle haven't been attacked by lions or any of the other dangerous animals out there on the savannas. Farming. So the Maasai people own large herds of cows, goats, and sheep. And animals, like we said, are very important to the Maasai people because they use them for meat to eat, and they drink the milk from the animals. I expect they use their skins as well. And on special occasions, they even drink their blood. For example, if they're celebrating a marriage or the birth of a baby. Leading the tribe, Maasai men are traditionally in charge of their tribe, and they wear bright red clothes. Red is their favourite colour. So in the picture you can see they've got lots of variations on red, so plain red, checkered red with black. Bit of tartan going on there as well, isn't there? The Maasai men go out to hunt animals to provide food for their animals. Sorry, for their families. So they keep themselves very fit, out and about all day. Very physical work, hunting for food. And the Maasai women and children, well, the Maasai women traditionally stay back and look after the children and their families. And they wear lots of jewellery, such as beads, because the more beads that they wear, the richer they think they look. Now, this is what I was talking about, the jumping dance, very famous. The Maasai tribe love music and dance. Both are very special in their culture. They sing lots of songs together and wear their best clothes. The Maasai men perform a special dance called the jumping dance when they're showing off to women. So boys, perhaps this is similar to a little dance that you like to do in the playground, is it, when you're showing off to all those girls? Tourists that visit the reserve often enjoy watching the jumping dance. So if you click on this now, in fact, I'll do that now because it's very short and we can watch a video. And even from this picture, you can see just how high that man is jumping. So let's have a look now. Okay, so pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Anyway, your activity today is to make some African crafts. So there's different choices here. We've got 4 different crafts you could make. You might want to make one of them, 2 of them. You might want to make all of them. It's up to you, really. It depends on what things you've got at home. But even if you haven't got, for example, paper plates, you could just cut up a circle and improvise a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll ask my girls to help me out and make some of these crafts, and we'll upload a little video and show you what we came up with. So see how you get on. See what you've got around the house in the way of pasta and beads and grass, cardboard, paints, and have a go at one or more of these. I'll upload the templates and instructions for you after the PowerPoint. And finally, if you're feeling energetic, why not try the Maasai jumping dance? How high can you jump? Maybe have a competition with a brother or sister or someone in your family and see who can jump the highest. And no cheating, you can't do it on the trampoline. Okay, good luck everybody. And as always, I'd love to see any pictures that you want to show me of what you've been up to.